Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, November 11th, and I'm your host, Krista McDonald. It is great to have you with us as we end another week here in Norwood. This week on Norwood News, the town is gearing up for a special town meeting. Chief Brooks updates us on the new law that went into effect on Tuesday. But first, this past week there was a lot of excitement and buzz in town because a big-time movie star was in town filming at the Governor's Mansion on Walpole Street. Liam Neeson was spotted filming his new movie.
As many folks know, we had Liam Neeson in town recently filming a movie at the Governor's Mansion. Some of us call it the Dollhouse Mansion. The name of the movie was Thug, so we believe it's an action movie including starring Liam Neeson. We're thrilled to have these movies here in town. They're great for businesses in town. There's often a lot of rentals that different businesses, whether it's a civic group or a church group, are able to get. Money gets spent in the local economy. And there's a fun factor of just watching these movies get filmed in town and seeing how it happens. It's always quite a production as they happen. The town makes some revenue off it. We do permit them and collect a permit fee, but it's mostly about the fun of having it filmed here, the pride of being able to show off our community, hopes that the more popular the movie is, people will want to come and visit sites for the movies, and maybe we can become a tourist destination. And we're happy to have Liam in town for about a week filming a movie. It's the same site selection company that the Disney movie had utilized, so even though that project didn't come to fruition, which was challenging for all of us, we made a good relationship with them and we made some good contacts, and they know that Norwood's a great place to film. So for this particular portion of this film, they decided to come back, and we're happy to have them here, and we'd happy to have them continue to come here as long as we can offer them and we can help out residents and make sure people have a good time just seeing movies filmed in town. I know I had a few residents reach out to me Sunday morning saying, I was driving down the street and I just saw Liam Neeson in town. And I said, yeah, it's a regular occurrence. We're that cool in Norwood.
Senior Center Director Carrie McCarthy has a full schedule of packed activities at the Senior Center this November, as well as some resources available to the seniors of Norwood during these tough winter months.
Hi everyone, it's Carrie McCarthy here, the Director of the Norwood Senior Center. I'm here to give you a little update of some things that are happening during the month of November. During the month of November, we honor the veterans who have served our country. And with that, we will give you a free lunch. All you need to do is give us a call or come by the lobby and pick up your lunch ticket, and we are happy to provide you with a lunch during the month of November. On November 18th, we will be celebrating our Thanksgiving luncheon here at the Norwood Senior Center. The cost is $10, and you can call the front desk to sign up. And we will have great entertainment by Dimitri. On November 21st, our town manager, Tony Mizuko, will be here for coffee and conversation. So if you have any questions or you just want to stop by and say hello, he will be here at 11 o'clock. On November 17th, we will have APR physical therapy here. They'll be serving a light lunch, and they will be talking about shoulder pain. And then on Friday, November 18th, in the evening, the Friends celebrate their monthly dance. So we have a lot of happenings here at the Senior Center during the month of November. Please keep in mind that it's also open enrollment time. If you have not made an appointment or have talked to your Shine counselor, at this point you should call HESCO Elder Services at 781-784-4944 and go over your health insurance needs for the upcoming year. Also, we are in full swing for fuel assistance, so if you are struggling with your fuel bills, would like some financial assistance, please call our outreach coordinator, Kathleen Rooney, at 781-762-1201, extension 3. Also, we have some great trips coming up for the month of December. Give Nancy Kelleher a call and book some fun things to do in December.
57% of Norwood's registered voters went to the polls on Tuesday to let their voices be heard. Norwood followed other cities and towns in the state supporting Maura Healey for governor, along with the Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll. What brought a lot of voters to the polls were the ballot questions, and here is how Norwood residents voted. Norwood voters opposed question 1, the proposed additional 4% tax on income over $1 million, but the difference was slight, only 35 votes. Norwood voters resoundingly supported question 2, requiring dental insurance companies to spend at least 83% of their premiums on dental expenses and quality improvements. Norwood voters said no to question 3, denying an increase to the statewide limits on the combined number of liquor licenses one retailer could control for off-premises consumption of alcohol. And finally, Norwood voters supported question 4, allowing Massachusetts residents who cannot prove their lawful presence in the U.S. to obtain a driver's license if they meet the other requirements. As we go to break, here are the results of the other contested races on the ballot. We'll return with a preview of town meeting, and Ron Marshalsea updates us on sports. The special town meeting starts Monday, November 14th, and with 14 items on the docket, Town Moderator Jerry Slater shares what we can expect heading into the big night.
Well, it's hard to believe that it's time for a special town meeting again, but that's what's going to be happening on Monday, everybody. And looking forward to it, as it is the practice at the fall special town meeting. We will be very heavy on approving capital projects, which will be the main focus for the meeting. But as been the practice, we have some other things on there. We'll be looking to approve a bunch of townways, which is always interesting. Along with the capital projects, we're also going to be looking at a couple of different rates. We're also going to look at approving a new master plan for the town, which was actually brought up at last town meeting. And then there's a petitioner's article that's coming back, same one that was at annual town meeting that is coming back again. It was sent to the planning board. So again, we'll be starting at 6:30 sharp. You can watch on NCM live, of course. And just a reminder for town meeting members, if you'd like to register to speak, or actually anyone in town, if you'd like to register to speak, just email me at moderator@norwoodma.gov and let me know which article that you'd like to speak on, and you will be registered, which is the one way that you are guaranteed to have your voice heard at town meeting. So looking forward to seeing everybody again. We'll be talking about capital projects. We are also going to talk about possibly purchasing 3 properties on Washington Street, around the Morse House in front of the new middle school and existing middle school. And it should be a very, very lively session for all. So again, see everybody at 6:30 Monday, either live in the high school auditorium or on NCM.
Julie Barber-Issa, the energy advocate for Norwood, has been a part of the program that promotes energy efficiency to small businesses and residents. The program has helped a number of small businesses in the town improve their energy efficiency.
Norwood is a designated green community, which opens us up to a lot of grant funding, and my position is funded by a grant which provides energy efficiency outreach to residents and small business owners. A lot of small business owners are running on just very small profits. It's tricky to make ends meet, so anything that can help the bottom line, help them save water, help them save electricity, save gas, it can help lower their utility bills. We recently did a small business energy efficiency outreach, and we went all around the main streets here. We went to barbershops, we went to restaurants, Charles River Running, and a lot of the different, even like office buildings like orthodontists and physical therapists called this as well. The juice bar was really interesting because they already had a lot of energy efficient devices. They had LED lights and they had covers on all of their beverage refrigerators. But we were able to install insulation on their hot water pipes and low flow water sprayers to reduce their water usage. and then someone is circling back to them to take an in-depth look at their existing refrigeration to see if some smart controls could help lower their bills even further. So there's a lot of ways that Norwood residents can take advantage, and residents and small businesses can take advantage of these programs. You can start by visiting masssave.com/NSW.
With town meeting upon us and a busy fall season, Town Manager Tony Mizuko gives us an update on what to expect in the coming months in Norwood.
Hey everyone, General Manager Tony Mizuko coming to you with a monthly update. We recently had an election here in Norwood, and over 11,000 ballots were cast in the election. We had a turnout rate approaching 60%. Norwood mostly followed along the trend with the state in different races, although question 1 appears that Norwood voted no, whereas it appears the Commonwealth voted yes. So special thanks to everyone who voted, over 11,000 residents, the town clerk staff, the ballot clerks, and all the folks who work at the ballot polling locations. We appreciate all your work. It was another successful election here in Norwood. Speaking of democracy, town meeting will be on Monday, November 14th at the high school in the auditorium starting at 6:30. There's about 15 items on the warrant. Some really important business for the town will be done that night, including our annual capital plan, requests for a master plan, some property acquisition, and some citizen petitions as well. All the town meeting documents and other information are available on our website. We hope you can watch town meeting, and if you're a town meeting member, we're looking forward to seeing you there on Monday, November 14th, 6:30 at the high school. The moderator has stated she intends to start the meeting as soon as the quorum is available, so that meeting will probably start right at 6:30, so get there early if you're able to. Veterans Day is upon us. We want to certainly say thank you to all veterans in town and remind everyone that the parade kicks off from the Balch Elementary School at 10 a.m. and will end with speaking at the town common at the gazebo. So we hope you can either watch it on NCM or be there for the parade route or the festivities on the town common for Veterans Day. And a special shout out to Teddy Mulvihill, our veterans agent, who puts together probably the best Veterans Day program in the state every single year for us. I'm going to talk a little bit of trash for a minute. The state has enacted or amended their waste ban, which means that some of what we throw away every week needs to change a little bit. Mainly what's changed is we can no longer throw textiles into the trash. So that means shoes, clothing, rags, towels, and things like that. If they're very dirty or soiled, moldy, or have oil on them, those can still go in the trash, but you can't just throw out old clothes anymore. The good news is for many years the town has already had a solution to this. At all of our elementary schools there are clothing donation bins, and you can bring textiles, so all those different clothing items, shoes, shirts, coats, anything you're not looking to, anything you'd be looking to get rid of, right up to any of the elementary schools and put them in one of those bins that you'll see there. And the best part of that is those bins actually generate a little bit of money that goes to the schools as well. So after November 1st, which was just a few weeks ago, you're not able to throw any of those items in the trash anymore. The waste bin also includes mattresses, although most people don't just try to throw a mattress in the trash. The town is looking at a system where you can call the DPW, pay for a trash sticker, and still have a mattress removed. A lot of other towns are relying just on private vendors. We're looking to try to offer that service here to the residents. You still will be able to bring mattresses up to the recycling center on Winter Street on Saturdays. One other item that I want everyone to know about is November 27th will be the holiday extravaganza. So it's from 1 to 4 p.m. right on the town common, and I do have it on good authority that Santa will be making an appearance right around 3:30 or so. So if you're interested in meeting Santa or taking part in any of the other fun activities, there's going to be hay rides, there's going to be games and activities and hot chocolate, and possibly even some s'mores. The holiday extravaganza will be on the town common November 27th from 1 to 4 p.m. Lastly, I want to show everyone, this is a coupon. No, not the kind of coupon that you think that gets you something, $1 off something at the grocery store. But we take a cut of one of our pipes every year as part of our water lining project for pipes that have to be replaced. So this came from Oxford Road right here in Norwood, and this is a water pipe that you'll notice has quite a bit of tuberculation in it. Now that tuberculation isn't dangerous. It does reduce water flows, it reduces water pressure, and it can lead to discoloration in the water. But by relining this pipe, which will put a new concrete line right in the middle, it eliminates all of this and prevents that tuberculation, which is really just rust, of the original pipe from happening. So this came from Oxford Road right here in Norwood in 2022. And with that, we just want to wish everyone a happy holiday season as it gets started. Thank you everyone for coming out to vote. Thank you to everyone who will be at and participate in town meeting. I hope everyone has a great November.
And now we're going to toss it over to Zaina Najjar with school news.
Hi guys, I'm Zaina Najjar, and let's take a look at some activities happening in our Norwood schools this week. This fall, Dina Delic from the Morrow Memorial Library came to Norwood High to offer the students the opportunity to fill out an application for library cards. NHS librarians Jed Bradley and Wendy Mannering invited the multilingual WIN classes to go to the library to fill out an application for the library. The WIN block at NHS stands for What I Need and meets twice a week to provide time for extra support or work on projects. Last week, multilingual specialists Donna McTavish, Kim Anderson, Audrey Busa, and Joe Connor and their students took a walking field trip to the library, and they went on a tour of the building and borrowed materials to use at home. Students took a variety of items, including books written in Spanish and Portuguese, a ukulele, a guitar, a PlayStation, videos, and more. They spent an hour at the library before walking back to NHS. It was a great walk and fabulous trip all around. Dr. Mike Crowley and his CAD 2 engineering students had an amazing field trip to Instron, located here in Norwood. The field trip was hosted by Instron and the School to Careers Partnership. The day began with Instron engineers laying out an engineering task that involved using limited materials to design and build a safe cage for the rubber duck that was supplied by the Instron engineers. Dr. Crowley's CAD 2 students immediately identified the underlying principle and designed triangular cages to keep the ducks safe. Triangles are the strongest shapes used in construction. The student-built cages were then tested in real time using Instron testers. The cages designed by the NHS students supported loads in excess of 200 pounds, so the duck was in safe hands with the NHS students in charge. Next, the students went on a facilities tour hosted by Tiago and NHS alum Samuel Decage. Both Tiago and Samuel have engineer degrees in mechanical engineering, and Samuel is a graduate of Wentworth Institute of Technology in Boston. Special thanks to Catherine Tuifek and Hillary Hutchinson of the School to Careers Partnership, Instron, and Laurie Mead-McGrory, and Erin Reagan of NHS for helping to make this event possible for the students. At the Coakley Middle School, students in 7 blue and gold science classes created DNA models out of candy. Students used teacher-provided materials to create their models. The Twizzlers were deoxyribose phosphates, colored marshmallows, nitrogen bases, and toothpicks hydrogen bonds. They demonstrated their understanding of the structure of a DNA molecule. Students took pictures of their models and attached them to a Google slide and labeled each of the represented structures. Students then learned about the process of DNA replication and used their candy DNA models to mimic this process. At the Balch School, students in Mrs. Salvucci's 4th grade classroom have been learning about the ways energy transfers from one object to another. In this exploration, students experimented with different combinations of marbles to see how much energy transferred when the marbles were rolled. The students had a lot of fun working on this activity, and it was a great way to see so many students working together. Students in Miss Davis' class at the Balch are collaborating to create a collision machine. The challenge is to build a pendulum that causes a reaction having 4 stopping points with one that creates sound. Students are learning about the transfer of energy. The Balch School has the privilege of meeting author Jerry Pallotta, currently best known as the author of Who Would Win series. All Balch students grades 1 through 5 had the opportunity to attend assemblies with the gifted author. Jerry shared photos of his family, hobbies, and other famous authors. He spoke about how he was inspired to write his many alphabet books, the first being the Ocean Alphabet Book. Jerry also shared about the editing process and writing his books. Jerry Pallotta has written close to 100 books and is still writing. Thank you so much to the Balch PTO for making author Jerry Pallotta's visit possible. The students at the Cleveland had a school-wide field trip to see Beauty and the Beast at the Norwood Theater on Wednesday. The students and staff have had an amazing time seeing the performance. The cast put on an unbelievable production of Beauty and the Beast. The students were a great audience and so into the performance. Watching and hearing their reactions throughout the show was the highlight of the field trip. Election season was underway at the Prescott School this week. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders elected their first ever student council officers this past Monday. The election season started 2 weeks ago with a primary election where any student in 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade could run for an office. After an initial vote was taken, the top 3 vote getters for each office moved on to the general election. Those students had to prepare a speech and share why they think they would make a good student council officer. The school is so proud of all the kids who participated. The winners were 3rd grade Nathan Londergan and Mackenzie Naughton, 4th grade Jaden D'Souza and Lilith Hathout, and 5th grade Gavin Londergan and Owen Randall. It was an exciting day that helped to teach kids about elections, democracy, and the importance of contributing positively to our community. Here are some Willa educators and students hard at work teaching and learning the early childhood skills for equitable literacy. From segmenting phonemes to matching letters and sounds, the Willa kindergarten classrooms are busy. The Oldham PTO had a week-long fun run fundraiser that focused on core values and fitness. People sponsored students by donating an amount for each lap, and it finished with the students running all their laps. They had an amazing time and raised funds for the school at the same time. The Oldham also had Disney Spirit Day, and the students had fun dressing up as their favorite Disney characters. And finally, here's a shout out to Mrs. Shook's grade 2 class who watched this program, Norwood School News. Last week, they were featured on the newscast as they designed and built hats to protect them from the sun. Let's take a look at this clip as the students saw themselves on TV. Thank you to Mrs. Shook's class for watching Norwood School News. We appreciate it. Well, that's it for school news. The students are always learning, and thanks to all the educators who share their school news with us. Now let's go to Ron Marshalsea with the latest in sports news.
I'm Ron Marshalsea, and this is your sports update. Field hockey played in the first round of the D2 MIAA tournament last Thursday against the top 10 seeded Canton team. The team played extremely well, keeping it a close 0-0 game at the half. Canton was able to sneak in a goal about halfway through the third quarter, which would end up being the deciding goal in the game. The Mustangs still had a great season, so congratulations to them. The football team had yet another close game last week, losing by just 1 point to Canton, 21-20. Norwood's touchdowns came off a 4-yard run from senior quarterback Sean Steeves, a 22-yard pass from Steeves to senior Ryan Kelly, and an 11-yard run from senior Manny Luongo. The team's next game will be this Friday, Veterans Day, where they head to Natick for a 1 o'clock matchup against the Redhawks. Both the boys and girls cross-country teams will be running in the MIAA cross-country tournament state qualifying meets on Sunday, November 13th. The girls will run at 1 p.m. and the boys will run at 1:45. These qualifying meets take place at Stanley Park in Westfield. Good luck to all the runners. As we said last week, the cheerleading team is headed to regionals. Good luck to the team as they make their way to Duxbury on Saturday to compete. NHS senior and pitcher for the Mustangs, Jack Cropper, committed to Northeastern in a signing at Norwood High School Thursday morning. NCM talked to Jack about why he chose Northeastern and what he's looking forward to during his senior year.
I picked Northeastern because it's a great academic school, and I feel like having a mix of both good athletics and academics just was the perfect fit for me. This year, I'm looking forward to all the senior activities that we get to do, and obviously baseball season coming up in the spring. Goals for this year is to get good grades in school, try and get A's and B's, and hopefully during baseball season win a state championship. I just want to say thank you to everyone who helped me, my family, my coaches, my past teammates, helped me along this way and given me words of advice.
And that's it for fall sports, but you can really tell winter sports is right around the corner because Athletic Director John Longley held the Winter Sports Information Meeting after school this week. Students learned about the requirements to play winter sports, and after the presentation, they had the chance to meet with the individual sports coaches. And that is it for this sports update. I'm Ron Marshalsea. And Norwood News will be right back after this break.
The Morrill Memorial Library has more special events coming this November. The Musical Sundays concert series continues on November 20th with Mark Breger performing Ride at 3 p.m. in the Simone Room. Registration is required. Join Claudia Foxtree in a virtual program Settler Colonist Ties to Thanksgiving in Columbus, Taking Back the Narrative. This program will be on Monday, November 21st at 7 p.m. A reminder of the Memorial Library Hours Thanksgiving week. They'll be open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Wednesday, November 23rd, closed on Thanksgiving Day, and open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Friday, November 25th. And on the very last day of November, join award-winning author Grace Talusin for a writing workshop, Writing About Our Lives, on November 30th at 7 p.m. in the Simone Room. Registration is required for this event. To learn more about the events and programs the library offers, visit norwoodlibrary.org or call 781-769-0200.
The Board of Selectmen met again on Tuesday this week, where they welcomed both the new Human Resources Director, Lisa Ugliaro, and new Building Commissioner, Gary Pelletier. The board also approved the 4 applications for Mother's Restaurant, a new spot that will go where the Shamrock Pub once was. Chief Brooks is excited to announce that NPD has been reaccredited by Massachusetts Police Accreditation Commission. Chief explains what it takes to be an accredited station.
Hi, Chief Bill Brooks of the Norwood Police Department. I'm very pleased to announce that the Norwood Police Department has once again become reaccredited by the Massachusetts Police Accreditation Commission. This involves really an awful lot of work, a deep dive into our policies and procedures and the way we do things, independent audits of our evidence room, really a close look at how we operate. And I'm very proud that the department was able to achieve reaccreditation once again. Really, all of the credit goes to our accreditation manager, who is Deputy Chief Chris Padden, and who this year was assisted by Lieutenants Dave Benton and Sarah Lydon. They really worked very hard to get us to where we are now. Reaccreditation really involves that our policies and procedures and over 250 standards are met by the department and then voted on by the commission for us to achieve accreditation. So very proud of the work of those officers, very proud of the work of all of the personnel here at the department, who of course need to implement those policies, procedures, and standards on a day-to-day basis. So I think that's a feather in our cap for the Norwood PD.
Also, Chief Brooks shed some light on the new Massachusetts inspection law for registered vehicles in the Commonwealth.
Motorists should be aware that this week the state announced a new timing system for motor vehicle inspection stickers. And the main change that people should be aware of is that when you get a sticker, instead of the sticker expiring 1 year after you got the old sticker, your new sticker is going to expire 1 year after your old sticker expired. So what's the difference? Well, the difference is that if your sticker expires in October and every October you do what you're supposed to do and you get a new sticker, this isn't going to affect you at all. But if your sticker expires in October and instead of getting a sticker, you drive around, you kind of run the risk for a couple of months and you get your new sticker in December, that sticker is not going to expire next December, it's going to expire next October. So I think some people used to kind of chip a little bit and that they would get their sticker late and they would kind of run the risk and they would then figure that their sticker was good for a year from then, and over the course of a couple of years they would save the price of a sticker. It doesn't work that way anymore. Your new sticker is going to expire 1 year after your old one should have expired. That's the big change. So for those of you abiding by the law, doing what you're supposed to do, no change for you because you get the sticker on the month when it expires. For those of you who have been chipping, the bad news is that game is over. Can't do that anymore.
The 36th annual Turkey Trot is coming up on Sunday, November 20th. The 4-mile loop will kick off at Norwood High School at 11 a.m. Pre-registration is now open for $30 per runner, or you can register the day of for $35. Any questions, please email Jim Henry at wingedfootrunning1@gmail.com. Well, that's all for Norwood News. We would like to thank all of the veterans who fought for us and continue to fight for this country and our freedom. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.